thud. I remember the first time I heard a bird fly into one of my windows. It was a cold winter morning right before school, and I was watching the bird feeders on the other end of my backyard. It was busy. Squirrels, grackles, cardinals, finches, nuthatches, and sparrows were crowding around the feeders, wanting to get a nip at some sunflower seeds, especially now that food was scarce. Suddenly, I noticed a cat sneaking up along the top of the fence, I knowing he had breakfast in mind. Just after I saw him, the birds did too, and they fled in alarm. One, a poor mourning dove, flew right into my window, panicked. The Fatal Lights Awareness Program, FLAP, and Lights Out Toronto are programs that try to reduce these kinds of bird collisions at night through raising awareness about the issue by handing out brochures and posting ads. FLAP, a non-profit organization run by a board of directors and a team of approximately 100 volunteers, make tours of Toronto's city core, searching for the remains of dead and injured birds after colliding with skyscrapers that night. Those injured are taken back to a bird rehabilitation center where they are treated and nursed back to health. So what causes birds to collide with windows at night? Firstly, two very major bird migration corridors pass through southern Ontario, the Mississippi and the Central or Great Plains corridors. We may not realize it, but hundreds of birds are flying over our neighborhoods every night during the spring and fall migrations. Of course, birds can only feed during the day with the sun out, and they fly during the night because many of them use stars to navigate to their destination. It is actually quite tricky for birds to migrate over the city. Skyscrapers and other tall buildings remain an obstacle. The lights already on, reflecting off the glass, appear as a mirror. However, for birds who use stars as guidance, often collide with the building, not being able to distinguish real life from a reflection. Turning lights on after hours in buildings makes it even more dangerous. Birds will mistake the bright light indoors as a star, and they will fly towards it, which can lead to a very unfortunate and painful death. Imagine, right after you hit glass, you lose orientation and plummet 50 stories down to your concrete grave. Multiply this by 9 million, the estimated amount of bird deaths due to bird collisions in Toronto, according to www.flap.org. There is a 50% chance you do not immediately die. Therefore, you begin hemorrhaging and your brain swells up. This is exactly what Lights Out Toronto and FLAP are trying to overcome. Anyone can help, even in the simplest ways. 1. Turn off your lights at work after hours and encourage your fellow workers to do so as well. Or, at least keep your blinds drawn during overnight hours. 2. Use outside screens or something else that breaks a reflection in windows or cushions the impact of a bird strike in residential settings. 3. Join the FLAP volunteer program in your neighborhood. 4. Move houseplants away from windows so birds don't mistake them as available habitat. And 5. Use bird tape. Thank you all very much for watching my video, and I hope you all learned something new. So please, make a difference to help protect your local birds from collisions with windows today.